All right, so everyone, I am back and I got all of the cracks reopened. I got rid of all of the epoxy that was in there. I'm ready to use POR 15 to fill it. Now, I want to just go a couple things first before I fill it. I used a couple other things to get it clean. So basically what I have is just one of those little tacks. So after I basically cleaned it out, I used this to get some of the stuff that I couldn't, I used this to get just little things like right down here in where it meets the base, the spokes. I mean, I couldn't get it with the Dremel, so I just used this to get it out. I also have a file from just a cuticle kit. I was able to rub the sides, you know, to rough it up. You want to definitely rough up the sides. Also, I used a paper clip for another one. So it's just little things you get in there to, you know, letter opener I use for another one. And then I have this 3-way file. And after I opened everything up, I basically wanted to make it a little bit an angle at the top of the wheel. So I just put this in there and I just, you know, roughed up a little bit, so there's a little bit of like a V. Not a lot, just a little bit. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I have the POR 15 epoxy putty, and I said I was gonna use the PC7, but I looked at some videos and a lot of people complained about it because you really can't get it into tight cracks. It's like very messy and not very fluid, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. I might, maybe, but I'm gonna do the POR 15 now. So I got the A and the B. So now to do this, let me just clear some of the stuff out of the way here that I don't need for this part of the restoration. Okay, over there. So basically, I have a plate that I'm gonna put it on. And I have a little bowl of water, and this is to feather out the epoxy once I put it on. So let's do it. So I'm gonna basically cut equal parts, the A and the B. So this is the A. I'm gonna cut about, again, I don't know how much I need for all of this. I'm gonna cut this. So that's done. Bring this back up. And let's get the B, equal parts. The B part has a bad smell to it. All right, let me put that back. Box. Fill the air out, seal it up, and back to where it started. All right. Okay, so the A and the B. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically stretch it out a little bit. Stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so they're equal, and I'm gonna basically twist it like this, and then kind of mix it all together. And probably have a little too much. I probably could use a lot less now that I have it. And I don't know how much time I have to do the wheel. I should have probably read the directions on once I start it, how much time I have to do it, but I didn't. So I'm just basically twisting all this together. It's kind of like mixing dough. And this is white. PC7 is black, the opposite. Well, a dark gray, I think, is the PC7. This turns white. And I just want to just make sure this is really mixed well. All right, so that's good, I think. All mixed together, so I'm gonna basically start on probably this one right here, which is pretty even, and it's in the middle. So this is what I'm gonna start with, right here. Got a little piece. Really just gonna, yeah, I definitely mixed up too much of this. I don't need this much, but I want to get it down in the cracks. I want to get this thing really thin. And that's what's the good thing about POR. POR 15 is it's a putty, whereas PC7 is goo. I'm stretching it out. And still a little bit. Yeah, definitely mixed up too much. Well, the first time using it, so I didn't know. All right. And this is where I'm going to use my letter rope. My letter rope. I'm going to push it in. Or maybe not. Maybe I will use my Q-tip or my paper clip. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just get this thing even thinner to get that first one in there around. Yeah. Just pushing out my fingertip. I'm trying not to touch the other part of the wheel. I don't want to get this all over the wheel. And what you want to do, you want to push this way in so you make sure you get to the core of the wheel, which is that, that metal part. Okay. That's what's good about this, is that it's putty and you just keep pushing in, it will go in. This is a little more difficult than I thought. Well, I shouldn't say difficult, it's just that it's, it's work. And let me turn it over. bottom side. I'm gonna get the bottom side now. I can make that stand up a little more, you can see it. I have a little more room here, so maybe I can use my paper clip. Oh yeah, paper clip's working well. I'll go right in there. You know, I wish I had some kind of holder for a wheel. I can just rotate this thing around it, but I don't. Yeah? What? I can't right this second. I'm putting epoxy on. Okay. I might be in trouble for something. That's my wife calling me. It's usually not good when I say to get upstairs. Alright, so now I'm going to basically dip my hands in some water. And I'm going to basically get this thing pushed in with my hand. I'm smoothing it out as well. And basically what you want to do is you want to get this thing as feathered as possible because it just makes it easier. The more feathered it is to the wheel than if you have to sand a whole lot of it. I heard this doesn't shrink, so I'm just going to try to get it smooth as possible and as even as possible with the wheel. So, and I can have a little bit of a lip and I can just sand it down. So, alright, I think that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's take one of my old rags. That's an old rag. dip it in water, and then basically wipe the wheel well, so I don't forget this stuff on parts of the wheel I don't want it on. All right, take the gloves off, because I'm only gonna do one actually. What I want to do, I'm gonna do one, see what it looks like, sand it down, see how it works, and then before I do the other one, it'll tell me if I have to like put more on, put less on, and whatnot. So, and before I finish, I'm just gonna. It's probably a good idea because you touch the wheel all over the place. Put some more water on the rag and just basically wipe the whole wheel to make sure you don't get any of this stuff on other parts of the wheel. So it is white, and it is like cement, or I should say, like steel when it dries. So it's just a good idea to take care of this now when it's easy. Yeah, all right, so now this is what it looks like. You see I got the whole thing done. And I'm gonna, before I go, let me just see what drying time. It says, first aid. Cold, 7 will be harder. Expect the steel hardcore to cure overnight. Okay. Need to roll your putty in your hand in 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's good. All right, so we'll check tomorrow how it looks, and I'll sand it down a little bit, and then we'll see. All right, that's it.